You're listening to Becoming Badass, and today we're going to be talking about being too nice and a reframe that is going to be life changing to help you from living from this place of always having to be nice all the time and put everyone else first and yourself last, and to start choosing consciously when to actually be nice or this new way that I'm suggesting, and start prioritizing your own happiness. This podcast is going to help you learn how to stop playing small and find yourself so that you can find real happiness being your true self as the truest, freest, most badass version of yourself. I'm Phoenix with my master's in counseling and certified practitioner and coach with 20 years of first-hand experience going through and overcoming huge obstacles and helping others to stop people pleasing and overgiving and being selfless to find who they truly are, learn to trust in themselves, develop their intuition, and create rock solid self worth in who they truly are. It's time to stop shrinking yourself down and become the main character of your own life. Do you struggle with being too nice? Do you feel like you're always prioritizing other people's wants and needs ahead of yourself and you're putting yourself last? Do you find that it's never your turn? That no matter how much you give, people aren't giving it back to you in return? I used to feel like when I started noticing how I showed up and I was always nice all the time, that I had this button inside of me and the button was always pressed and it was turned on. It was niceness on. And I had to learn to turn this button off. And instead of prioritizing and putting other people and what they want and what they needed and their happiness first, I had to say, nope, I'm going to put me and my happiness and prioritize myself first. Because for my kids, I have nothing to give if I'm putting myself last. And I don't deserve to treat myself like I'm not enough, like I'm not deserving, like I'm not worthy, like I'm not lovable. I don't deserve that. When you're prioritizing other people, you're losing yourself. You're not being your true self. Guess what they need? They need the real you. Being the real you is being a gift to the world. You have innate gifts, and just being you will benefit other people. You may have to deal with feelings of guilt and selfishness and shame when you start being yourself. And that's normal. That's just the conditioning. It's like a skin. You're shedding that old skin. And good riddance because it doesn't serve you. It doesn't help your life in the least. It's hurting you, this niceness. But instead of being nice all the time, 24/7, like a button is turned on inside of us, we can turn off the button and say, you know what, I'm done being nice. Nice people finish last. I'm not going to finish last anymore. I matter. See, we're not making a choice. But when we see the pattern, we see how we've been showing up unconsciously so that we stay safe, right? And in this place, we're living very small. We can say, hey, no more. I'm not doing this automatically anymore. I'm not being a nice guy or a nice girl anymore all the time, 24/7. That doesn't feel good. It's not helping me at all. In fact, it's hurting me. We have to do the inner work to learn how to communicate. Hey, honey, I want this. Hey, honey, I would love this. Hey, brother, sister, I don't like that. Hey, mom or dad, can you please do this for me? Hey, I need this. And you're saying to yourself and the world, I matter. I'm important. I'm deserving. I'm enough. I'm lovable when we show up this way. And it's uncomfortable. I know, I've done this. It's very challenging and uncomfortable, but that means you're on the right path. You know, because you're doing what's in your best interest and it's scary and uncomfortable. That's how you know you're on the right path. And it means busting through all that old conditioning and programming. I used to feel like I was a trailblazer, and actually I still do. I felt like I had a machete, and I was in the jungle of life, and I was chopping down every damn thing in my path because guess what? No one had walked my path. It was a new path for me and my children, and I was chopping down every damn thing and making a path for us because that path had not been done before. Not for my mom, my dad, my brothers, or my grandparents. I was creating a new path. And man, it was hard. But now I see that path served me, my kids, and others. And it doesn't matter if anyone in your life has already modeled this or taught you or showed you how to show up for yourself and put yourself first. You may be a newbie like me. You may have to Be a trailblazer in your life because the old way of doing things is sabotaging and hurting you. And it takes so much guts and bravery and grit and just badassness to be that person who is literally chopping down and charting a new path. That's a badass warrior. And it can be done. And it starts by listening to what's right for you, on what you need to be doing and need to be, instead of prioritizing other people and their happiness and comfort over your own. Because you're saying, hey, their happiness and comfort matters more than mine. They're up here and I'm way down here. Guess what? We need to move ourselves as equal to others and more important than others. Because guess what? You're going to have yourself for the rest of your life. And if you don't take care of you, no one's going to take care of you. No one is going to save you or fix you or help you. That's your job. It's your job to love yourself, to take care of yourself fiercely, to show up for yourself, to put yourself and your happiness as the priority. No one's going to do that for you. I wish there was somewhere who would do it for you because I would have signed up a long time ago, but it ain't. I don't know why this life is the way it is. That's just the way life is. I'm only reporting the truth. And a way you know this is true is showing up as unimportant and prioritizing other people and their happiness over yours. Is it getting you what you want? Doesn't make you feel good. And there you go. That's the proof. How you're showing up in life is what you're getting back. If you're showing up as unimportant, unlovable, not enough, then that's how other people are going to treat you. Being a kind human person, standing up for yourself, and doing what's right for you. When you're showing up in that manner, that's what you're creating, and you're going to get more of that in your life. This may sound confusing, but all you have to do is look at your life and look at the proof. When you're prioritizing others and being super nice, what are you getting in return? I'm just a no BS person, and it's giving you nothing but heartache and pain. And here's the tricky part, is giving will feel good. Are you giving in order to get your worth? You know what? There's actually nothing you could do to be deserving, to be worthy, to be enough. Guess what? You were just born that way. So you don't need to keep giving to earn your worth, your enoughness, and your deservedness. You just are. So don't confuse the giving and the feeling good from that to mean that that's what you're supposed to do. Because guess what? Then you would feel good about yourself. You would feel good about your identity. Not only when other people are happy with you, not when they are appreciative of the advice that you're giving and the doing and putting them first. Most of the time, people are very unappreciative because guess what? They get used to you always giving and doing everything for them. And guess what? It's actually hurting them. It's hurting them because they're not learning how to do anything for themselves. And it's hurting you because you're hiding behind helping them. Because when you're in the background, being the supporting character, like I talked about in my podcast about be the main character of your life, you get to hide. You don't ever have to deal with what makes you feel unhappy, uncomfortable, what makes you feel bad, and deal with your own feelings because you're always investing and pouring yourself into other people. But guess what, sweetheart? You will be empty. You will give and pour so much into other people that you will feel empty and you won't know who you are. Because you've lost yourself to the giving and the helping and the pleasing and the niceness. It's just a role. But the good thing is you can step outside of that role and say, no, this doesn't work for me. Yes, it feels good, but it only feels good because I'm getting worth from this. I shouldn't be getting worth from giving to others because I was born worthy. So why would I have to earn it? By sacrificing my time, love, care, energy, money, all that, which is really just emptying me out. When someone loves themselves, do they really deprioritize, put themselves last, and act in a way that they don't matter? No, they don't. They know that they matter just as much as other people. Being nice and putting others first lets us hide because we're really so afraid and insecure to be ourselves, to speak up and stand out. But when we do this, we're saying to ourselves every day, I'm not important. And we're letting other people treat ourselves that way too, by not requiring them to give us what we're giving back, by not having any standards. And you know this is true If you're doing that and you're feeling bad all the time and you're feeling unimportant, feeling unworthy and undeserving and not good enough, that shows you're on the wrong path. And this path will lead you to a life of unhappiness, depression, feeling lost, undeserving, not enough. When we live our lives out of fear every day, like putting other people first and showing up, being the nice person, always being nice, always giving and helping, where you're teaching other people to not value us because we aren't valuing ourselves. But when we start saying, hey, respect what I'm giving in return, guess what? You're saying to yourself, I matter. I am deserving. I deserve to be treated well. We're showing that we matter and that we truly love ourselves. And this is going to instantly make your life feel better and happier and improve every area of your life when you start treating yourself like you matter. Because guess what? You do. You do matter. You are important. You are deserving. You are enough. You just have inner beliefs that tell you that you're not. Those are lies. When we have been trained to show up as nice all the time, we're wearing the mask of niceness. And it may be something like this. Well, if I'm really, really nice, people won't hurt me. If I'm really, really nice, then I'll be safe. If I'm nice, then people will finally give me what I want and my turn will come. We're doing this out of fear. But is that true? Is being nice getting you what you want? Or showing up as nice causing other people to treat you as a doormat, not take you seriously? That's because it all starts with you. You have to be the one to know at your core and embody that I am enough. I am deserving to get what I'm giving. That I don't have to be nice out of fear. That I don't have to try to be nice to get what I want. That the people who really love and value me, guess what? They love and value me because they love and value me, not because of anything I'm doing. And if you're feeling this way, like you're a doormat, like you have to give and please, and your relationships are transactional and you don't feel respected, then you're just around the wrong people. To be the nice person, to put other people first and ourselves last. We're showing up that way because we think it'll keep us safe and it's less threatening. We're not going to piss people off and we're not going to be disliked if we're constantly helping and giving and putting other people first, are we? That is a lot safer, right? And two, it can also be you're showing up really nice and putting other people first and what they want first to get what you want. And maybe you may think something along the lines of, well, if I give people what they want, then I'm going to get what I want. If I put people first, then they'll put me first. But that's not how life works. You get who you're being. So if you're being someone who shows up as, I don't value myself, I'm not enough, I'm not lovable, I'm not deserving, then that's what you're going to keep getting back. What you're doing is you're investing in other people's happiness and you're saying, my happiness doesn't matter, that I don't matter. If your happiness doesn't matter, then you don't matter. Being nice doesn't help you. It hurts you. And here's the reframe I want you to see. Instead of being nice, I can choose to be kind. And instead of always being nice 24/7, I'm going to be kind to people who deserve it. I'm going to be kind on purpose. Because when we're doing this niceness out of fear or out of trying to get what we want, we are doing this a lot of times automatically. I can choose to be kind, where it just feels so much more empowering. Nice just feels icky and gross. And kind is like amazing, right? We can choose when to be kind and to give that to people who are deserving of that kindness, instead of doing it automatically as a knee-jerk response to keep ourselves safe or to try to get what we need and want from people. So let's recap. We don't have to be nice all the time. We can stop being nice in order to get what we want, and mask of niceness, we're really just afraid to really show up as our real selves and have actual power in our lives and to speak up and stand out. That's what's going on. And instead of being nice all the time and coming last and not coming at all, we can choose to be kind on purpose instead of automatically, in a way that actually serves us and in a way that makes us feel good and important to others and appreciated. Everyone wants to be appreciated, but when you're giving all the time, no one's going to appreciate you. So let's ask ourselves, what is driving this niceness, this putting other people first and ourselves last? caring more about their own happiness and being comfortable than our own. And what is it costing me? Go somewhere quiet, take your journal out, turn your brain off, and listen for the answer. Check out the resource I have for you below. When you're ready to start prioritizing your own happiness and yourself, then this may be for you. I'm going to be opening a new amazing transformative program. It's going to teach you to show up as who you want to be instead of who the world keeps telling you to be and speaking your truth fearlessly. If you're interested in that, then check out the link below where there's going to be a wait list and there will only be a handful of slots. So this is going to be a very intimate group and it's going to be just life changing. And that, my friends, is true freedom. You can become the badass you've always wanted to be. Punch fear in the face and live your life on your own terms. Till next time.